What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another great day at the Big Daddy Blaze Show. I'm that lovable host you guys keep sharing me, subscribing to, watching my old videos. Big Daddy. How's everybody doing? Well, before I tell you how Big Daddy's doing, let's get the show started in the regular way. Today's episode is brought to you by Big Daddy's Long Noodle. You got that nice, juicy, flavorful sauce ready to be eaten, and you need that nice noodle to just fill in that void. Reach over for Big Daddy's Long Noodles. Oh yeah. Also, if y'all think y'all can't handle it, it's gluten free. Anybody can take it. Oh yeah. Makes you wonder what I'm eating, right? Anyway, let's get the show started today. And today, I am not doing so well. Not personally, but from what I'm seeing in the world. If you guys don't know, one of our European countries have been attacked by a group of terrorists in many locations. And there have been a lot of casualties. It's pretty sad. It's pretty crazy. And kind of interesting how it happened, too. And, fair warning to everybody. Viewer discretion advised at this point, because I will be showing some pictures that might be a little graphic, a little violent, a little mature for some viewers, alright? So, y'all been warned. And anyway, in Paris, well, not in Paris, in France, there have been a few, this attack, our leaders right now are telling us it's that ISIS is the one behind the attacks. These people were in vehicles, fully armed, went to different locations, all in synchronized time. I mean, pretty much they hit places that no civilians will be at, concerts, soccer game, and restaurants, things like that, and in the streets, just opened fire on unarmed, unwary civilians that are walking around. A lot of people started, there's even a soccer game that was going on, being recorded, and you can literally hear gunshots being fired. Even I saw this one video, and I might put it up for you, where this soccer player was kicking and playing. Well, all the suckers were playing, and you can see one of them stop once he had the ball because he heard the shot. You can literally see this hesitation in him. Oh, it got bad. Now, currently, the whole country is pretty much in lockdown, and it's pretty bad. Our hearts go out to all these people that have lost their lives in France. We really feel sorry for you folks, okay? Trust me, this is not a laughing matter, nor is it something we're taking lightly. I'm pretty sure, like me, I'm pretty sure many of you guys feel the same way, that we want to help our fellow allied country, France, in dealing with this situation. Now, I'm not saying this is a justifiable reason to France go to war with another country. Hopefully they don't pull a U.S. on on another country, but it's pretty bad. A lot of people were shot, a lot of people hurt, and so, yeah, that's not good news. Once again, cowards pick up arms and go attack people not ready for it, not wanting to fight, have no idea what's going on, don't even understand why this is happening. And this is what I hate about these cowards. You guys don't fight terrorists I'm specifically talking about. You guys don't fight people who would fight you. We have plenty of military armed people that would fight you. And you can, in the name of religion or justice or freedom, fight them, and I'm pretty sure you would die. But instead you want to be terrorists and attack civilians who don't have armor, who don't have weapons, who have no idea why you're even fighting for, but because they're a different race and live in a different country and have a different religion, you find it justifiable to kill them. Cowards. And another thing I don't like about these situations is how it makes their own religion looks. I have met plenty of Muslim men and women in my life, and most of them, a large amount, I can say a good 80-90% of them don't like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, any of these terrorist organizations. It's bad what they do, and yet these organizations, are now labeled. And the weird thing is, this happened because of 9/11. If we look back in history before 9/11, in America, the face of a terrorist was not a Middle Eastern person. Quite frankly, when I was really young, in the 90s, I didn't know what the Middle East was. I thought it was Europe, Africa, Asia. I didn't know there was something in the middle called the Middle East. And yeah, this all that knowledge and culture and geographical information and stuff came after 9/11, after a smaller group of individuals, not a whole nation, not a whole religion, just a small group of radical people came and did a big terrorist act on the U.S. and got a lot of attention. Then all of a sudden, the face of terrorists changed from a curly hair, hoodie wearing white guy with big thick glasses to a Middle Eastern guy with a turban. And that's what they have done. They have now put the face of terrorists to another person. Their own people. People that don't want to fight. Not all Muslims want to kill. Not all Muslims want to, a jihad, I think it's called. Not all religious people are not even like that. Most Muslim men that have met in the Washington, D.C. area are really interesting individuals. They're funny. They're nice. One of them even told me the greatest gift that a Muslim man can give another man is a smile. I've never heard of that. That's so cool. And yet, these guys really can't get their voices heard because terrorists, ISIS, small radical groups from these religions or these locations are being labeled as the representatives of a bigger group that has nothing to do with them. So it's sad what's going on. It's really bad, but I want anybody who's viewing this to understand there is a difference between Middle Eastern people and terrorists, Muslims and terrorists, radical individuals in a nation. They're very different things. We shouldn't label huge groups fault for what smaller groups do within that group. It's wrong. Kind of like we shouldn't blame all Christians for things that happened in the past, knowing that most people at the time were Christians and they didn't want anything bad to happen to anybody else. In my personal opinion, I think people are honestly good people. Most people just want to live their lives. So they want to, like everybody else, they want to eat, they want to sleep comfortably, they want shelter, food, and a little bit of, want to socialize. And that's pretty much everything the basic person wants. Want to be happy, want to raise their family, want to make sure their kids are going to school safe. When they go to that soccer game or to a local concert or a coffee shop, they don't expect to be shot. That's why a lot of these industrial nations are agreeing to give up arms. We say, sure, we entrust that you as our government officials will protect us from civilians who don't agree in the structure that we live in. Peace, law, order. But there's always those. Out of the group of many, there's always one. So, I'm sorry to hear what happened in France. Our hearts go out to you guys, and hopefully the U.S. Gets more involved in this. I don't want to go to war with another country, but we cannot turn a blind eye to what's going on in the world. Mind you, this is not the only thing that ISIS has been blamed for this year. There have been in the last few weeks like 3 major globally known attacks on civilians. So yeah, bombings and things like that. It's getting crazy. But you know what the biggest problem right now is? People that are turning a blind eye to what's going on. We need to start opening our eyes and start saying we need to solve the problem and not just put a band-aid on a flesh wound. Because that band-aid is obviously not doing anything. Too many people are getting hurt. Too many people are suffering. We need to do something. Alright? But enough on that. Let's move on to the next subject. Right? Right. Alright, now, on to a different subject. This one might get you thinking. First thing I want to say, perception. But check this out. And St. Columbia Roman Catholic Church in Buffalo, New York changes its movable letter sign every 2 weeks. But the Reverend's latest message didn't last nearly as long. The message read, Jesus had 2 dads, and he turned out fine. I'll give you a minute to think about it, and I'm going to repeat the phrase again. This was on their sign, their church sign, so everybody who's driving by or walking by can read. And it says, and I'll state again, it said, Jesus had, and he turned out just fine. Now, mind you, I actually grew up in the church, and I actually knew fully what this message was saying to me. The moment I saw it, I knew exactly what it was going with. Because first of all, I don't know, I ain't stupid. I think much differently than most people. And this is pretty simple. This is talk about a stepfather can raise a kid. And nothing bad will happen. And it's true. I like the message. Because if you haven't heard this before, I'll tell it to you again. Any man can plant a seed, but it takes a particular man to raise that flower. That's pretty much the same message it's being said here. But people didn't find it like this. In fact, heresy is the word they're using to describe what is being written here, the message here. They're seeing it that 2 homosexual fathers raised Jesus Christ and he turned out alright. Oh my God! People, have you never went to church? I mean, I think the 3 major religions go around the same story over and over again, right? Jesus had a mother. The Virgin Mary. That's why this dude was so special. There's nothing about homosexuality in Jesus' life. Well, that one fake book, but nobody believes it's really part of the Bible, but I'm not even going to touch on that. This, of course, they had to bring the sign down after so many people saw it and started making a ruckus, but what I want to touch on is perception. People, this was not one message, 2 different ideas. Some people saw it as you can raise a child in a homosexual home like Jesus Christ. And I'm like, why would you think that? Where would you get that idea? Jesus had the mother. The mother is more famous than his physical father. Now, everybody knows about his spiritual father, but that's not what this thing is talking about, really. It's talking about the man who decided to take the virgin child and raise it as his own. Quite frankly, I think they should be more about the father of the actual father, Jesus Christ, or stepfather. Stepfather. I like that word, stepfather, because even if you're a stepfather, that doesn't beneath the actual father. Like I said, I was raised with a stepfather, and it was pretty interesting and pretty cool and pretty badass. Not that I didn't get to know my father, but still, you know, I think some people can do better than they could, you know, their own. I mean, another person's could. Let me say that again. Think that some men are sterile. See, this is a reverend. Because he was saying anything. If you read the sign, it says nothing about raising a child in a homosexual home. And yet we live in a society where that's what we see. That's the first thing we see when a sign like that goes out. That, oh my God, this reverend is saying that Jesus was raised in a homosexual home and he's promoting homosexual child raising and stuff. And I'm like, no, he's not doing nothing like that. Shame on you people for taking messages the wrong way, alright? This reverend should not have changed the sign. He should have kept it up for 2 weeks like he does every other sign because there was nothing wrong in that sign. people need to change their perception. Then people need to open their minds more and read between the lines and get the full understanding of something before they get their pickaxe and signs and go out burning churches, because just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that the other person should be punished for that. Alright? That's what I'm getting at. With that said, let's move on to the next thing. Right? Right. And now, this funny little story. A 9-year-old boy has been disciplined by his school principal and threatened with legal actions for writing a unwanted love note to a classmate, according to his mother. Pretty much, this kid wrote a little love letter. I mean, mind you, he's a 9-year-old boy. 9 years old. Let me say it one more time. 9-year-old boy wrote a little love note to a classmate he has a crush on in school. Same thing I did as a child. Same thing I'm pretty sure majority of you guys did all over the world at some point in your life. That's all he did. A little love note, alright? And it came on him hard. They came on him hard. The principal had to get involved. His other schoolmates started teasing him and her, saying that these kids, and mind you, I'm already thinking bullying situation in a group versus one individual, but whatever. They're all saying that the 9-year-old boy who wrote the letter wants to see the other little classmate female girl naked. None of that was expressed in the letter. All basically he said is, you got a pretty face, you got sparkly eyes. I mean, this is so innocent and poetic. It's kind of sad what happened. But the principal had to get involved, and him and his mother are told that he could easily get sued for unwanted sexual harassment. Oh my god, what is going on in this society where a 9-year-old boy can get charged for writing a letter to a classmate he has a crush on? Nothing explicit was said in the letter. Nothing inappropriate was said in the letter. But she didn't like the attention that she was getting. The little girl didn't like the attention she was getting because of the letter from her other classmates. And given the day and age we're living in, people, which I would love for us to change, this boy is now could be facing charges for this letter. And all he did was write a sweet little letter to a classmate. Mind you, I did this as a child. If I got charged for every time a woman did not want my attention, good God, I'd be doing a life sentence in a couple of prisons. You know what I mean? This is bad. This is horrible. And I can't believe that the prosecutor would even entertain this. I can't believe, yes, I hope he watching too. I can't believe the prosecution is entertaining this case. And I hope that the mother turns around and countersues. I hope she does. This is horrible. The principal says he has to do his job, given the situations going on. They have a very little tolerance they have a no tolerance policy kind of thing going on for like sexual harassment, bullying. I can't believe they don't see who's really being bullied and all this good stuff. They saying they have to get the law involved nowadays. There's not much word from beyond that from the little girl that was given the note, but the mother of this 9-year-old child feels horrible about this and is real confused. But what irks me the most, what really blows my mind, people, nobody's really seen the real picture on this, but the 9-year-old boy doesn't understand what he did wrong. So who amongst us is going to be the one to sit down with a 9-year-old boy and try to explain the word sexual harassment? I can't. I cannot do that. I can't. Man, this situation will make me go to prison. Imagine if my son was in this situation. I wouldn't know how to explain to my heterosexual son, dude, because you wrote that love letter to that little girl, now you gotta go to court and face trial. What is wrong with society nowadays, people? What is wrong in this picture where if you write a little love letter to a classmate, oh my god. I hope we learn something from this, and I hope and pray that that mother countersues, alright? Because this is wrong. I don't think I was ever introduced to the justice system until I was like in the 5th grade when we were learning the Constitution and all that. That's where I started learning the law, justice system, judicial system, whatever you like to call it. You shouldn't be a 9-year-old writing a letter and then all of a sudden be told that you're going to have to show up in court with your parents over something like this, and you could face some harsh punishments. It's completely wrong. Completely stupid. And I'm sorry that I have to express this reality to everybody. So, but enough said on that. Enough said on that. Let's keep moving on with the show, people. Right? Right. Alright, people. This is one of my favorite times of the show. But now, it's time for the joke of the day. And today's joke is, let me ask you guys this question. What happens, or what do you get when your bud man works at McDonald's? I'll let you think about it. The answer? A quarter pounder and cheese. Oh yeah. Alright. Now, this section, I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on today's show, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, and later when I'm editing this, I might decide to put it on or not, but whatever. Damn, I don't like this little blemish right here. Raise bump, but whatever. Check it. Here are the best food to eat before you go out drinking. Why do I talk about this stuff every now and then? Because, if you don't know, Big Daddy promotes responsible drinking. I don't promote alcoholism. I don't promote people getting drunk. I do promote responsible adults having a good time in a safe and, fun environment. Why not? I think it's great. But that's why I do this, so you guys know, so you guys have better understanding of things. So if you guys are gonna be drinking tonight, tomorrow, or whenever, you guys have some idea of how to best, keep yourself, not making yourself look bad, not overdoing it. There are times when you drink, and there are times you don't drink. There are times you get drunk, and hopefully it's in the comfort of your own home in a safe environment where you're not driving. And there are times where you're out and about, and sometimes you get a drink, and it's great and cool and social. That's what I'm talking about. So, here's a few of them. If you're going to go out drinking, and you think you might really push those drinks, you might want to eat this before you go out, alright? First one on the list, good old yogurt. Light yogurt is actually good for people who are going to go out and drink. Next one I'm going to talk about will be salmon. The fish, right. Sorry about this thing. Here's a funny one. Yesterday, I went drinking, and sure enough, this one helped me, and I didn't even know, but spaghetti. The pasta, sauce, the meat, all that good stuff. It's actually really good to eat before you go out drinking. Milk is another one. Try milk. Chicken. Fried, grilled, what have you. Chicken is great. Avocado. I guess I should know that because of my culture, but no, I didn't know avocado is good before drinking. Almond butter. I never heard of anybody drinking almond butter before they actually drink any type of alcoholic beverage, but to each his own, right? Right. Cereal. I guess all that grain and bread and stuff takes all the alcohol in you. And the last one, which caught me by surprise, eggs. But if you eat any of these things before you go out drinking, sure enough, that should really help you not get drunk. So keep that in mind, folks, alright? Alright. Well, here's one for our cartoon and movie fans. But guess what? Around June 2016, and yes, believe it or not, people were that close to the next year, comes out Finding Dory. That's right. All y'all Finding Nemo fans and lovers, guess what? We got a part 2 to this chapter. It's Finding Dory. And I think it's going to be great. It's not really that comical in this trailer, but we all know what to expect from Finding Nemo. I expect a lot, so I think it's going to be great. I do encourage everybody to go see it if you can. I know I'm gonna pick up the kids and go take them, and that's the great thing about having kids and being this old. You can grab them, and go to the movie theater, and not look like the weird guy by yourself watching a cartoon, right? Right. So, coming out June 2016, Finding Dory. You can catch the trailer, and I'm pretty sure I just showed it to you guys. So, with that said, let's see what happens with that, right? Right. For all you Call of Duty fans, Activision and Blizzard are now getting together to make a new movie production company. And it's kind of cool. Basically, they have the idea of making a Call of Duty movie or series. It hasn't been fully decided yet, but the news is out there that these two are getting together to make a movie and television show based on the intellectual properties, hoping to jumpstart a franchise and cinematic universe, including one based on the best-selling Call of Duty game. Think about that. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know who's going to play out, though, because I'm into some of the stories of Call of Duty. I mean, I've played pretty much everything from Modern Warfare 2 and beyond, which is not a lot, but it's pretty good up there. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing against my original supporters of the Call of Duty games. Y'all know who you are. But me, I came in Modern Warfare 2. And the good thing is, I played most of the campaigns, so I know most of the stories, and they're pretty cool, but some of them are just, redundant or boring, or whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know. Hopefully, just like they make a good video game, they make a good movie. But until we see something, I can't give an opinion. But just letting you guys know, for all my video game fans or Call of Duty fans, I say again, Activision/Blizzard is launching a new movie and television show and or movie. Alright? I think I said that wrong. Oof. Hopefully I can erase that. But yeah, Activision and Blizzard are launching something like that, and it's going to be pretty cool, I think. I can't wait to see what they have to offer, and hopefully you guys see what they have to offer too. Alright? Little side notes. Thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for being a part of the Big Daddy Blaze show, and I'll be more than happy to make more videos for you guys, so thank you very much for that. I'm loving everything I'm seeing, and if I'm looking at your video and I write a comment, it's not to get you to subscribe, it's because that's how I feel, and since I'm already talking to you, I might as well tell you to come visit my show as you did. So thank you very much for coming visiting the Big Daddy Blaze show. Thank you for subscribing, viewing, and liking. And the comments are incredible. I love to hear what you guys gotta think, say, and if you want to talk about something, let me know. I'm more than happy to discuss my opinions or what I know about something. And here's one thing: I'm not perfect. Sometimes I get mistakes all the time. There was one dude who told me some little information about my Ooh, sorry I said that like that. My Mad Max movie review. He told me a little information I didn't know. I thought that Mad Max that I just reviewed was the latest chapter of the series, but it's actually it comes in right before the Thunderdome chapter. So I didn't know that. I thought it was afterwards, but there you go. See, that's why I like interacting with people, because sometimes I say things that I'm not 100% on, and people make me at 100%. So now I know it. Now I can tell you the new Mad Max is actually chapter 3 in the story, and then there's another one that was made way before. Alright? Besides that, I still got internet, people. Go figure. That bill is going to be so high when I get it. But I still have internet, so I can still make videos. So don't worry. I'm going to make more videos as better information comes out in the news and stuff. More things to talk about, more things to entertain you. What else? Apple juice. Besides that, what else is going on? Let me think. Good luck to everybody, every single person that is getting into the second annual Rob Dyke So You Want to Be a YouTuber contest. Good luck to all of you guys. I mean, I'm really trying to see every video that's entry. I unfortunately won't be able to enter this year because the video that I wanted to make, I needed participation from more people that unfortunately weren't available or willing to be recorded. So unfortunately I couldn't make the video I wanted to, but don't worry, next year I'm definitely gonna get into content. It was so much fun watching you guys do your 5-minute videos. I saw some amazing things. Some people have incredible talent with the makeup thing. I mean, y'all look like zombies, but then again, oh, I saw this one chick that made this thing with her neck and her face that looked like teeth and all of that. Was incredible. I met some incredible vloggers, some people that look like they're pros at this. Like, they put me to shame when I see them, and then I look at their video and their channel, and they've only been on 2 months more than I have. Yeah, I'm talking about you, girl. That's pretty tight. I've seen some creepy stories, some... Oh, let me talk to you guys about the music makers. There are some people, there's this one guy I just recently heard. I mean, he starts his song so slow, and next thing you know, he just starts ripping that guitar. I was just like, wow! No other instruments, no drums, no singing, no electronic, just one guitar, and it sounded so nice, man. Good job. And yeah, man, so I'm not reviewing those videos because I want people to visit my channel. I appreciate everybody who's visiting my channel, but really I'm enjoying more seeing you guys and your videos than anything because I'm learning more. I think you guys are very talented. There are some people that I'm just like, okay, but that's beside the point. If you have a passion for what you do, keep doing it. I swear to God, you might be on YouTube for a year or two, maybe 5, and you only have maybe 50, 25, or 2 subscribers. But give it time, people. Just give it time. I know that you guys are talented. I know people want to see this kind of thing, so just keep doing what you're doing. If you feel like it's not getting the attention, maybe it's not the video itself that needs to change. Maybe it's your marketing plan. Alright? Just think about that. But besides that, good luck to everybody on the 2nd annual Rob Dyke competition. And yeah, I hope you guys keep enjoying these videos, keep on watching, keep on doing what you're doing. It would hurt me more to find out that you guys quit because you lost than anything. Just because you don't win the contest doesn't mean you should quit. Keep the phone, keep the crappy camera, keep the crappy recording equipment, and just keep doing what you're doing. Slowly with time, collect your money, get better equipment. Every one little piece counts, and trust me, you'll be there. What I do concern myself is with how so many people are saying that if I win this contest, I will get more viewers or subscribers. And I don't necessarily think that's true. To each his own. All I'm saying is, guys, work on spreading your information, spreading your videos. If you want to make people cry, fearful, scared, happy, laughing, keep doing it. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your YouTube channel, so just keep that in mind, alright? But I say again, I'm having a great time looking at your videos, and I hope you guys keep producing more good quality stuff like you are, alright? Oh yeah. With that said, it's time for me to, guys, bring you to the quote of the day. And I love today's quote. It's pretty nice. And I'm not going to say who made it, but for those who already know who made it, he's a wise man. Today's quote is, live as if you were gonna... Let me repeat it. Let me say that again. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. With that said, my friends, I catch you guys later. Oh yeah. Controlled by humans. We get our eyes from our computers. We are nothing but stupid machines.